Is it Marguerita?
Mm.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure how it's pronounced. Anyway, so Marguerita, thank you for joining me. And today is a soul medium reading healing. And I don't know if you've read the website or know too much about what it is, but it can be anything. It's what happens in one's soul that they're still holding on to or not quite sure of that could be influencing something in their life. Okay? Yeah, any questions? No? So I normally read from what I feel, so I physically get feelings, and then it comes down to less important things. So I will get started and take notes, and it kind of forms a picture. Alright, I don't get too much yet, as I thought, but that's okay. So left stomach, I get something probably closer to there. I'm not sure if you had surgery. There's something that came up. I think it's more of an indication for something, but I'll look at that later.
Not that I recall, unless it's something to do with the appendix. I did have my appendix out, but
Yeah,
I don't even know where the appendix
different
is.
location. Like it's close.
Okay.
Although like my scar's there, so anyway. Then throat, anxiousness, and back of the neck came up. And that, yep.
My back of my neck's always tight.
Yep. So that's what I highlighted, back of the neck. Usually that means one of two things: other people's stuff that you've got, or you're not listening to, so not listening to spirits and guides as much as you should. Okay? So need to listen more. Right. Okay. So it comes up, loved ones. Okay. So for me, mediumship is not as strong as my soul readings.
Okay.
So it comes up loved ones. So I'm just wondering, because the other day when I messaged you, was it 2 days ago, about your mother? I know your mother's around, and it was mother. So maybe that's grandmother. I got an A, Antoinette. What was her name?
My step grandmother was Antonia.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I didn't have a lot of contact with her.
Do you know how to spell that?
Antonia, I think it's Antonia.
Okay. We'll see. Do you know how I get a heart pain? Do you know she had a heart attack when she passed?
I have no idea.
Okay. So you can check with that later.
Okay.
Okay. That's just an indication of who I'm talking to. So if it's not Antonia, so I get heart pain, and I got some anxiousness around that, but also that can be them messaging me, and because I'm not yet as clear with my mediumship side, I'm still developing that. So check if you can how she passed.
Mm-hmm.
How did she pass? Could be like an angina. It feels more like not heart attack. There's an angina in the heart too. That kind of, because they feel very similar to me. I do get them confused. Okay, so check with that one. If that is right, that's who is helping you. Okay.
Okay, wow.
It feels related because my neck came up with that as well.
Okay.
This is about direction. I was told. I wrote down support, supporting you, and it is not, it is direction.
Okay.
There is another direction for you.
Okay.
It's a good one. I don't know why I'm crying. I think I'm crying because they're crying. What's happening with your singing?
Not a lot at this point.
Okay.
I'd love there to be more happening with my singing.
Let's get a tissue for me. Okay. Next to come up, there's something you're not listening, which is why you need to tune into her to help you with that. Okay? Tune in for guidance. This is for you and your work to tune in. Now you meditate anyway, don't you? Kind of thing.
Yes, sort of.
Okay.
I'm not a great meditator, but I do.
Yep.
Yeah, practices of some different kinds.
So when you do it, just spare a few minutes, like 3 at the least and 15 at the most. Just call her in. We'll check first. I'm pretty sure that's her. And then ask for direction, guidance, and for the singing.
Okay.
And then messages will help get downloaded to you to find that. Have you not asked for that?
I ask stuff all the time,
Okay.
but I guess I haven't asked specifically,
Right.
you know, what do I do with this?
That's the direction part that she's going to give you. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm trying to find out what that is to give you a kick. Because I thought that was all okay. All right.
Well, at the moment, all I do is sound healing meditations on YouTube and that kind of thing. I'd love to have a greater outlet for my sound healing.
So sound healing, I get a tight jaw.
Always had a tight jaw.
Okay. Stop crying.
And I just want to cough.
So that's in relation to the anxious, which is to me excitement, connection, spirit, throat. It's not related to touch, or why was it? Where's that going? So when you do your meditations, where do you do that? You do that inside more than outside, yeah?
Generally, yeah.
Yep. So you've got to take that outside.
Okay.
And you know where.
Okay.
That's what I'm told. You do videos there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's one of two places. It could be the lookout, or it could be my balcony.
No, it's a lookout.
It's the lookout. Okay.
I see a dirt road, hill, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I take notes, so I can remember everything.
Sound healing meditations or just meditations?
So that's where I would
Tune in for guidance.
tune in for guidance, for direction, and I'll get to that. Meditate. So it doesn't matter if you sit down or stand up.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, it doesn't matter what I say, you'll find your groove and how to do that. Okay? There's no right or wrong way, but to give you I don't need to write it down. So as an example, you can go there, just breathe in, connect, ask for the connection however you want to do that. So for me, I ask for the Creator, God, and then I go down from archangels, spirit guides, angels, past loved ones. I probably just got that mixed up, but that's okay. And then you can then call in who you want, right? The important thing for this is about opening your jaw, okay? If you need to physically massage or tap in that area, okay? And I also see you going like that and like pushing that back to Mother Earth, about releasing, okay? This is about Mother Earth, not anywhere else, okay? So open jaw, tap, massage, I don't know what you call that point, but that jaw.
Mandible? I think that's called a mandible. Always very tight. I have to get massages done there.
Yep, and that's holding on and not connecting to that side of you enough.
Okay.
So I get conflict because I see you perform and do other things and I don't get that when you're there, but I think it's to get that in your meditation, to then live that, to have that shift. Because you, instead of embodying it then, you need to embody it more.
Okay.
Does that?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure that's right, because I see many sides of you as well. So the words I've got that is called connect to the next you.
Okay.
Okay. Questions. I want to ask questions about family. Do you have any questions? Past? Anyone that's passed?
My dad passed in February.
Sorry to hear.
For me, it was relief. For Mum, not so much. Dad was 99. He was well and truly ready to go.
Name?
Valentine. He said to bring something from my mum, but I also brought his flag with me.
Yeah, bring that. I was I don't know if he's around. I'm not sure. Lungs come up.
Well, yeah.
I'll grab that one for a minute. So he wasn't able to breathe near the end. Or lungs.
Well, I think he had sort of lung issues for some time, elderly lung issues, you know, old person lung issues. I don't know that wasn't something that was a specific issue that we knew about. He didn't have pneumonia or anything like that.
No, I just went straight to the lungs and went, oh. Sometimes that's just how he left the world.
I think so.
And that's how I felt, because it felt like an ending, and
possibly he passed peacefully.
Yeah. Okay. Did he ever tell you that he was in awe of your presence? So that's what I get. Whether he only noticed that now or no, it was here. It felt like he told you. Maybe he told you in other ways.
He told me he loved me a lot.
Yeah. And that mediumship's good for you. This is great. So yeah, he's around you always. So just messages for your mum, but I'll share that later on. Okay.
I was hoping you might have messages from her.
I'll do that when the camera's off.
Okay.
I'll see if I can go back to that. Okay. Okay. All right. Do you want to pick a crystal of what you want to bring? So, do I do both? Okay, go do both. All right. So, in your billionaire mindset, what crystal would that be?
That one.
Okay. Is it the colour, or the name, or feeling?
It was just drawn to it. Maybe it's the size.
Okay.
I do love amethyst though. And I love purple.
You're wearing kind of purple now.
Yes.
Now, let me just finish writing this down. Large. Man, I struggle to write when I read. I struggle to write even when I don't read. I want to check with this too, okay? So sound, healing. What crystal would that be? Colour, shape.
Shape, colour, rose quartz. The crystal of love.
Okay. What would you call the singing? What? So I've got billionaire mindset, sound healing, and that singing. What's that name?
Well, it comes from pure light and love.
Yep.
It's my sound healing it's channeled, so it's light language channeled, and it's for higher consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
So from what I understand, the sound healing helps to really shift global consciousness,
Yep.
individuals' consciousness.
But as for you singing on stage, kind of, not sound healing.
Oh, for me singing on stage, that's just who I am.
So what would you call that? Like, what name can I put for that?
Regular singing. What would you call regular singing? Joy.
Okay.
Just my place of joy. It's my happy place.
Can you choose something for that one? I get that throat back again around it too. Bit hard. I don't have the right colour for you.
I don't know. I'm just regular singing. Well, I'm drawn to this one, but I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know why. Sense of purity around it.
Anything else? Would you like that to be a different colour?
No. I just think it's light. It's. I think the fact that it is. Well, it's not clear, but the fact that it isn't coloured is very appropriate.
Great. All right. Now,
Source. I get the word source.
we'll work on one at a time. Hold the amethyst one first. So just hold that in your left hand only, okay? And then just put your right hand down, okay? And I want you to breathe. So our energy for emotions and that, we breathe it into our heart first, and then we release out the right hand, okay? So where in your body do you feel that resides?
My attention's drawn to my gut. Well, it's not even my gut, sort of. It's my solar plexus. Yeah, it's my gut.
Okay. Is that the same colour?
Blue.
Shape?
Indistinct. That's just sort of fluid. Keeps changing.
Okay. Anything you want to add to that, or that's all good? Is that a good thing?
Doesn't feel like a bad thing.
Okay. Not a bad thing. This is important later. Because there's no point me telling you. I'd rather you experience all this so you can differentiate. Keep getting that frog that's coming up. Rose quartz. So again, breathe in into your heart, and what we release is what we could be holding on to, and then see where that energy wants to go and support or resides.
That just goes everywhere.
Okay.
It's It's my whole body. It's my energy being. Well, that just goes out to the cosmos.
That's okay. That's cool. How far?
Infinite.
Are you letting it in properly in your left hand? Because it doesn't feel like it's coming directly in your left hand. It feels like it's coming everywhere. So
I'm focusing it coming in my left hand.
Yep. So I'm not saying that's a bad thing. So I feel it coming in like a 360 degrees in and out kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And that's not bad, right?
Okay.
So you don't need to worry about it because of what that represents. That's probably why that's what I feel. You might be trying to focus that, but I'm feeling like kind of a, you know, a pulse in the middle going.
Yeah.
Okay. So you understand that's okay? All right, next one. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay. Oh, you just want it, don't you?
I do.
You want it, but I've got to block my left arm here.
Mm.
Do you feel, I don't know if you feel anything. I feel tension in your left arm from your elbow to your wrist or hand. What do you sense that or not really?
I sense a sense of disconnection.
I should have asked what you instead of me.
Yeah. Actually, it's not disconnection; it's a lack of connection.
Yeah. All right. So this is around your joy regular singing, right?
Mm.
The block, the stuck, the direction that you kind of need, right? And that's what I physically feel. And I wanted you to experience that, and I forgot. I'm sorry that I should have got you to feel that first. I get a yellow. I get a really intense yellow.
Mm. Okay.
That's why I looked at the yellow. I went, oh, it's not really bright enough. So like that.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. So that crystal is a apophyllite. That is a healer crystal.
Uh-huh.
That's what it's for.
Okay.
That's also the same thing.
Oh.
And that's also the same thing. Okay.
Wow.
So the green, I believe that's been coloured because they don't come that dark.
Mm.
But the green apophyllite are the strongest ones for healing the healer as such, specifically. Okay.
Okay.
So something you may want to look at. You can get cards and do that. So I don't even know if they're in this deck, but I'll draw a card around this. You don't need to ask a question, but if you have any questions, think about what they might be. And I'll just grab 3. Lapis lazuli, realization, hence today.
Okay.
Pyrite, spirit of life.
Yep.
The yellow.
Okay. Right.
Amazonite, the middle road, and also when I was doing that, I was like, well, I don't think apophyllite is actually in the deck, but that's your green and yellow that I can get.
Okay. Yep. All right.
Okay. So you can take a photo of them later.
Okay.
Question?
In relation to the block, what is it that I need to release? What is it that I need to let go of?
I think the first says the realization and realizing that that was there and realizing what your direction should go into. Okay? And have you kept avoiding it, or have you had obstacles to have it transpire?
I've had lots of obstacles.
Yep.
And whether they're self-created or there's interference,
Yep.
I don't know. I would love to be standing on a stage in front of hundreds of thousands of people doing what I came here to do.
Yep.
I'd love to.
Yep.
I just haven't found the channel yet.
So when you say that, where do you, like my whole head went, when it felt like a disco ball. Okay?
It's kind of like my personality.
Yeah. There's another way. This is not in relation to being on a stage, there's another way. So I feel that Antonia
Yep.
can help you get there. Yes, anyone or me can guide you and do all that. However, you've still got to do your work.
Yeah.
We all have to do work until we die, and when we die, we're still doing more work. So
I know about that.
and I definitely can relate to blocks and putting your whole heart and getting nowhere. And unfortunately, sometimes it's universal timing. And I know you did say to me, you can get around that. But sometimes it is universal timing. But I'm yet to see what else comes up. Oh, what is that?
Do you want me to keep holding this?
Yeah, keep doing that. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you feel that there's anybody stopping you from being that person?
Apart from Satan?
Okay.
Sorry, but
That's okay.
I've auditioned multiple times for like
Okay.
the reality TV shows. I've done sound healing on those TV shows.
Yep.
And been in, full audience, all the rest of it.
Yep.
They will not play that footage.
Yep.
And I believe it's because of the satanic forces.
Yep.
Who refuse sorry.
Yep.
Who refuse to allow me to step into this. They don't want it out there.
That's because that's sound healing and not regular singing. Enjoy. That will naturally, the sound healing will naturally come through when you sing.
Okay. So I need just
Did
to
you
do
not
more-
understand that?
Well, I know that there is healing that comes through my regular singing.
Yep.
But when the light language comes through, it's so different. It sounds different. It feels different. It comes from a different place.
For the people that the audience is much larger for the singing, then the percentage of that will go to the other depth with what you have.
Okay.
But there are steps and bridges that people need to go through to filter down to that. That is how we help the most people.
So I have done, like in my auditions, I did do opera, and they
Yep.
took me in because of my opera,
Yep.
and then that led to the path of the sound healing, and they
Yep.
loved it.
Yep.
The directors loved it.
Yep.
But when it came to the
Yep.
crunch,
Yep.
I just couldn't get beyond that step.
Yeah. So, see how things go. because it can be too much for some people.
Mm.
And like I said, try and keep it separate.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I wrote down sound being special and group, singing being public, and attention. Okay. These cards by Katie K usually do a past, present, future,
Okay.
and I'm going to do 3 cards for the future.
Okay.
I just listen to what I get told.
Fair enough.
Actually, no, that's not true.
You listen to the guidance you receive.
Yes. That's a much better answer. So, money, wealth, prosperity, children, childlike innocence, take a chance, leap of faith. To me, that's all singing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep them there as well. I can hold your hand, that's okay. You don't need to move, put that hand down. Okay. So just focus on breathing into your heart and out, okay? And what I'll do is try and add more force to the energy of the crystal to bring in, okay? Okay, so what I get straight away, I get a hold or a hole, but it's more of a void in your heart.
Okay.
Okay, so when you're using this, imagine a black hole is the kind of void that I get. Cosmos, that's related. It's really funny. Not funny, but ironic. So when you're bringing this in, what you're doing is closing off that black hole.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just trying to give you an image, and I had to stop you so then I can do that
Okay.
with you. Okay. And you're gonna put your feet flat too. Sorry. All right. Did you want to share first? Or do you want me to share first? I don't know. We could get going.
What I felt was that I have deliberately closed that part of me off because I just can't bear the pain, the collective pain, not my pain, the collective pain.
Yep.
Just breaks my heart.
Me too.
I think the only way I can cope is to close it off. I don't know how to cope with it otherwise.
Love, I get. As that was closing, it was love. That's the only way. Okay. Also, then after I got that, it started going into your head, and you started thinking. So you're like, I want to resolve this issue. Okay? So stop going into head.
Like, my head's like herding cats. Do you know how hard that is? I avoid my heart.
Thank you for being honest. I avoid it too from not getting hurt.
Yeah. And it's like there's nobody in, oh, well, I guess regular relationship stuff can be hurtful, not necessarily deliberately, but it's more from, it really is more from that collective consciousness. I have also, I guess, had a lot of hurt as in my childhood from school, bullying, all that kind of stuff. So that's probably part of it as well. Done a lot of work on that, but it's probably a big part of me that just doesn't trust the world, to be honest.
That's the back of the neck stuff that started. That was number 2. Stomach was 1. So stomach is that where I worry, fear, guilt and shame.
Okay.
Which could be in relation to school stuff. That didn't come up, so you've dealt with that.
Okay.
However, we've got to tap into that to use it.
Okay. To the stomach stuff? Okay.
And it sucks, but then it's good.
Okay.
It's like before you go out on stage, whether you're doing dancing or whatever, I can relate to tap dancing because I was a kid. You forget everything. So as you walk out and you hear the first beat, everything remembers. It's like that.
Yeah.
So let me just write that one down. So childhood fear, kids, anxiousness, school, all of that in your stomach. What colour is that?
That's red.
So before you go on to a platform, all of that, grab your red. You don't have to physically hold it. You can start holding it, but you can just visualize it. Imagine the red connect to that. So it's more about putting your 2 hands there. You're breathing in, and you've got the red. However you want to imagine that, the stronger the image, the better it'll be. Then that'll bring up your fear and anxiousness, and that'll prep you for a new beginning. So every time you enter that stage or whatever platform, even camera, then you'll have that innocence.
Okay. Okay.
Because that's when we're vulnerable and when we share our best work. Okay? I can't spell. Then you can then tap into that and then have that shift. Then the music starts and then go. Okay? And that's like 1 to 3 seconds.
Okay.
The other one can be 5 minutes.
Okay.
Depending on what your day was like.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? Even if it's an hour. And like you have bad, like if you forget to do this and you wonder why you get caught in traffic and then you're late and then things happen, it's because you could have forgotten to do that beforehand.
Okay.
And it's a sign that you need to tap into that. You need your red, you need that drive, and you've got drive, which is just what I'm getting from the reading. You just need extra drive.
Yeah.
And it's that connection, and then you bring that, because then that is what you share.
Okay.
Universally, why? I don't.
Yeah.
I just get that that's where your power comes from and your innocence to then share that with.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, another thing, maybe the first time, you shouldn't need to, but it might be, like so the image you got is a boxing ring and they have their song.
Yeah.
So if you play your song, whether it's only to you,
Yeah.
that is that.
Okay.
So I have a song for that.
Okay.
Because then that'll be like, okay, I'm here, now I'm ready for that, and then that song,
Okay.
that's the shift.
Okay.
Okay? When I say boxing, sometimes I get told really weird things, and it's like, it doesn't mean anything to me, but does. Cool. Questions?
No, I think that's. I guess the only question I have is because I've kind of walked away from regular singing.
Yep.
I'm not even drawn to it anymore. I was until fairly recently, but now I'm like, I'm just done.
It's a direction in that, and also the changes with everything that's going on with the world. It's a connection that can get that back in, and it's not about us, it's about the world.
So it's still a path that I need to pursue. Okay. I'm sure I can reignite that fire. I just think it got quenched.
It's to help the more people on a bigger scale.
Okay.
It's all about the bigger scale.
Yeah. Well, that's what I really want.
I would not be recording myself if I didn't want to help people on a bigger scale, because being seen has been an issue.
Yeah.
So yes.
Okay.
So thank you. I'll end this and
thank you.